How's it going, guys? So week 1 of the PUDL is finally upon us, and I am very excited to be playing my opponent, the Maple Leaf Mewtwo's. First things first, there will be a timestamp down in the description below, which should hopefully pop up on the playhead that skips straight into the battle. So if you guys aren't interested in this quick little breakdown, by all means. Second thing, I will also be leaving down in the description below the links to any channels, whether they be YouTube or streaming stuff or streaming plugs of my opponent, as well as a Discord for this draft league. All slots are currently filled for the draft league, but come DLC 2, there's going to be a bevy of spots both for Wi-Fi and Showdown. So any of you guys are interested, then by all means check it out. There's a lot of wonderful people there. To get into it here, my opponent has an incredibly powerful team. Chi-Yu plus Gengar are two very potent offensive threats. Don Bozo is a very annoying mon that can easily set up and also sit on you at the same time. Very unique, very swag. Azelf is one of the best leads in the game with a great speed tier, really good utility with stuff like Taunt and Explosion and U-Turn, as well as hazards with Stealth Rocks. Barraskewda is one of the fastest mons in the game. There's not a whole lot that can even outspeed it, and it outruns the entirety of my team as well. Zapdos Galar is another very powerful offensive mon. It's also a fantastic choice Scarfer, one of the best out there, and he also has a good amount of he also has a really good defensive backbone here, right? Florges is a Spadef monster. Dondozo can be a defensive monster, and Mudsdale can easily snowball out of control with stamina boost, and then Copperaja plus Appleton and Greedon are all very bulky in their own right. So we do have our work cut out for us this week, but for as great as their team is, I will say, unfortunately, there's no hazard removal. So you guys already know, boys, the plan is simple. We're going to be hazard stacking, and then we're going to be hazard stacking some more. And just when you think we're done, we're going to be hazard stacking a little bit more. So first guy here is going to be Spite Ops. Of course, sticky webs plus spikes. Our primary focus is just going to be getting a web off. Focus Sash here, just go ahead and ensure I live a hit. And I decided to go with this over Mental Orb just because there's not a whole lot of relevant taunt users. The Chi-Yu, the Gengar, the Azelf, the Copperaja, and the Gyarados all have taunt, but the only ones I expect to have taunt are going to be the Gengar and the Azelf, both of which I can easily take care of with a mon that we're going to be discussing in a little. Knockoff here is just really nice and annoying utility for my opponent. Being able to knock off any possible heavy-duty boosts so they can go ahead and be affected by my hazards is always a plus. And then Circle Throw is go ahead and deny any setup attempts. When it comes to hazard setters, sometimes people like to set up on them just because offensive output from hazard setters is always the second thought. So they can at times take advantage of that, but Circle Throw goes ahead and denies that. Very simple and straightforward mon. We're going to be full HP, full defense. We're going to easily be able to live a hit from something like the Dozo, something like the Mudsdale, something like the Copperaja, the Greedon, and the Appleton here, right? So there's not a whole lot that can bring me down a Sash. Honestly, it's only the Chi-Yu and the Gyarados. So hopefully we can get a spike off as well. If he's able to get up a Sticky Web and a Spike, then he has exceeded expectations and he has served the country well. Speaking of hazards, our second hazard mon is going to be Glamora. A Stealth Rock is all we need from Glamora because of its ability, Toxic Debris, that sets up a Toxic Spike whenever it's hit by a physical move. 3 attacks here: Sludge Wave, Power Gem, Earth Power. This combination of 3 moves is able to hit his entire team for neutral to super effective damage. Earth Power is able to threaten the Chi-Yu, the Gengar, the Copperaja pre-Terra. The Power Gem is able to hit the Copperaja post-Terra if it chooses to be Terra Flying, as well as the Gyarados, and then Sludge Wave is able to threaten the Florges and everything else, and also we're able to fish for chances to poison and enable another mon that we'll be talking about a little bit down the road. So third is our Weavile here. Weavile is going to be our dedicated lead. I do expect for our opponent to bring Azelf and for it to be a dedicated lead. So having Fake Out into Knockoff is easily able to take care of that and ensure that I not only break Focus Sashes, but I can also ensure that no hazards get up on my side of the field here, right? One thing that you guys may notice is that there is no fighting moves. So something like the Copperaja is easily able to wall me, and the Dondozo is also very easily able to wall me. Hopefully I can go ahead and actually bring in the Donbozo, or at the very least incentivize it to come in on me on my Weavile, just so I can go ahead and knock off any potential leftovers or any potential heavy duty boots, right? The more items I can remove, the better, always, especially, and that is only magnified when it comes to hazards, and especially that is magnified when it comes to hazards, especially with hazards such as sticky webs and toxic spikes here, right? Don't mind that I'm walled here. Despite only having my 2 stabs, I'm still able to threaten so much of his team here, right? So many impactful members of his team here as well. The Gengar, the Gyarados, the Appleton pre-Terra, and the Azelf here, right, are all easily taken care of by Weavile here. So even though it can get walled by a couple mons, we're still able to really threaten his team. Up next, we have Hatterini. So Hatterini is our dedicated hazard denier. We really don't want rocks on our side. Just go ahead and preserve any focus ashes, so I can bring in my Spidops easily, so I can bring in my Glimmora easily, so I can bring in my Weavile easily if my focus ashes are all still intact. The only mons with hazards are going to be the Azelf, the Mudsdale, and the Copperaja, and I have no problem sacking my Hatterene to any one of those 3 to deny the hazards. We're going to be rocking with max HP, we're going to be rocking with a lot of defensive investment and enough speed to go ahead and actually outpace both the Mudsdale and the Copperaja outside of sticky webs. So we can go ahead and come in and get off meaningful chip. We can come in, deny the hazards, and get off any meaningful chip before I get taken out by something like a Heavy Slam, or get heavily chipped by something like an Earthquake here, right? We also have Giga Drain for the Mudsdale, Mystical Fire for the Copperaja, and then we have nice dual stabs that hit pretty much everything on his team for neutral to super effective damage here. Again, the primary purpose of Hatterene is to deny hazards. I'm not looking for this mon to be picking up KOs after KOs, even though we have all attacking moves. If we're able to get meaningful chip, then hey, that's perfect, right? Second to last, we have Gholdengo. I wanted a full defensive Gholdengo just because this is going to be the primary swap into Donbozo. The entirety of my team here up until this point does not handle Dondozo at all, right? Weavile gets walled, Glimmora gets threatened with liquidation. I think it's a 2-hit KO even from uninvested, and then Hatterene can only do so much. I do expect the Dondozo to be fully specially defensive, and even if that's the case, if I'm able to poison or if I'm able to get enough chip off to force a rest from the Dondozo, with the boosted hex damage, I'm easily able to hit him with the 3-hit KO. Because I'm going to be swapping into Donbozo so many times, or at least that's the idea. Donbozo also gives me a really good opportunity to go ahead and actually set up a Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot can very easily just end the game right then and there, while Dondozo doesn't care about it. Once it's gone, which it will be gone with this Gholdengo, none of his team can really stop it. Everything easily dies except for the Chiyu, but we do have something specifically for that Chiyu. Some very devious tech here, right? Recover plus leftovers to go ahead and give us some longevity, and yeah, to go ahead and give us some longevity. And it also allows us to be able to stay in on the Dondozo just in case they start getting really lucky with their Sleep Talk turns or something like that here, right? But for the most part, this mon can easily just run away with the game. Hex is going to be threatening a kill on the Gengar, on the Azelf, on the Mudsdale and the Copperaja of their both status or of their chip just enough. Make It Rain can easily knock out the Florges, the Mudsdale, and do really significant chip to the Greedent, right? But yeah, again, to you, such a big problem, but not for me. I like to thank John Winterbub himself for this devious, ingenious tech of max HP, max buff, AV. In testing, Chiyu would be doing absolutely zero type of Demoglios to the Dragonite, and it was able to easily either threaten a KO on the Chiyu or force a swap out into a mon, and they're forced to go ahead and be affected by the Sticky Webs plus Spikes plus Stealth Rock plus T-Spikes here, right? So This thing is incredibly devious and incredibly dangerous here. Earthquake is able to pick up the KO on Chi-Yu and Gengar, and E-Speed is able to go ahead and pick off the Chi-Yu if Earthquake doesn't get the appropriate roll and I get like a pretty bad one. Thunderbolt here is just go ahead and threaten the Donbozo for decent chip, the Barraskewda, and also the Gyapdos, and then Dragon Tail is to go ahead and deny any setting up opportunities from the Donbozo as well. We really want to go ahead, same idea with Circle Throw here, right? We really want to force swap outs, whether it be from the matchups or from moves like Dragon Tail or Circle Throw. The more times we can force our opponent to swap out and just constantly be taking those hazards here, the better, and then the easier and faster the game will end. Kind of the big idea here, Golden Go is going to be our driving force behind this. It is going to be our most important member just because it is going to be the mon that threatens the most amount of Pokemon. But even though I feel like we have a pretty good advantage here, I'm not going to discount my opponent nor their team here. They can always come out with a win here, right? So it's going to be my job to go ahead and not drop the ball and clutch out week 1 with a win. That is the hope here, right? I believe we can do it, but the Maple Leaf Mewtwo's have an incredibly threatening squad. Look at them. Mad threatening. Look at the Chi-Yu too. That's so clean. I love that Chi-Yu. That Chi-Yu shiny is so nice. But I believe in the boys to come out on top and represent. I expect them to come out, set the tone, and get a dub. But there's only one way to find out, and that is in the match, and I will see you guys there. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? And we are finally back for more Draft League. This is going to be my second league. This is week 1, and the nerves are here, right? First game of the season, to be expected, but hey, I cannot wait to get this underway here, right? So a lot of what they brought is what I tested for. The 2 additions that I didn't test for were Copperajah and the Barraskewda, but either way, my lead is the same. I always lead Weavile and then get off my sticky webs. Yeah, I figured they're gonna go Azelf. That's why we have the fake up into knockoff tech. Immediately want to go for that, which is perfectly fine here, right? Just because we can get Dondozo and off rip, we have a sticky web, unless they want to aggressively double. But even then, right? So on this team here, I already linked everything. So yes. On this team here, their only forms of taunt to stop the sticky web are going to be the Azelf, the Gengar, and this Chi-Yu here. But for the most part here, right, I don't see another way they stop us here. Just going to spikes up. They do sub. Interesting. We are going to knock off. Don't think there's a move since they're not specs that can kill us, so that's perfectly fine by us. Sludge Bomb is not going to be enough to pick up the KO. Perfect. We keep on knocking here. Yep, we knock. Perfectly fine. And then we bring out our Weavile into the Donbozo. To be expected. They are heavy duty boots. I'm now for Glamore just to get our ooh, they immediately want to go for that, which is interesting. We're gonna go for a Sludge Wave here. Perfect. We are gonna go for a Hatterini just in case they want to rocks up. Exactly. And then go for a Psyshock just because of how free it is. We can actually go for Mystical Fire in this scenario. Yeah, that's fine. Into the Copperajah they go. I can honestly Mystical Fire here once again. They had rocks and Azelf. Do you think they carry double rocks, right? That is a question. I'm just down for the Mystical Fire then. So this is even a best case scenario here, right? into the heavy slam. We go into our Glamora here. Now we can power jump for free. Yep. And kind of take the game from there here, right? So I guess they were loaded up on heavy duty boots, which is understandable. Very nice. Into the Barraskewda. We go ahead and Sludge Wave up here. Yep. Out into the flip turn. Fair. Perfectly fair. Into the Gengar. Perfectly understandable. They are not heavy duty boots, but they do pick up that T-Spike. Fine by us. We are just going to go Archie here. We are going to go our Weavile here on the Shadow Ball. Perfectly fine. Go ahead and knock. Into the Barraskewda. We go ahead and go to our Passion Fruit here. Out into the flip turn. And now something is taking T-Spikes. Perfect. Into the Chi-Yu. To be expected here. And then now we get to go into our D-Knight. And we get to go ahead and EQ now. They do flinch, unfortunate. We are just gonna we are gonna Earthquake once again here. They get the double flinch. Unfortunate, but no matter. We get an E-Speed KO here, right now. They have not burned us turn to sleep, so I feel perfectly comfortable going into Golden Go and just hexing up here. That is going to be max Spadef. Liquidation. They do have to rest here. Yep. Nice. And then perfect. To be expected here. Down goes the Don Bozo. And into the Scooter. Okay. So into the Barraskewda here, without this defense drop, Crunch is not going to be killing. It's just a matter of who do I want to go into, right? Do I want to go into the Archie or do I want to go into Scotty doesn't know? Oh, nice. I think we just go into Scotty doesn't know, right? Just because in case they crunch, no, they liquidation there. That's perfectly fine. And then we just E-Speed twice here. Oh, they Ice Fang critical hit. Very interesting. And then now we Hex for the kill. GG, well played to our opponent here. Oh my goodness. Hazard Sack Golden Go does it again, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought? Very cool prep from them, right? Like, I expected the Don Bozo to be Spadef. As soon as I saw that 34%, I immediately knew that was something that was incredibly threatening. I was able to handle everything else. Gengar, I figured, right? A lot of the Mons, especially a lot of their faster Mons, would have just been heavy duty boots. So stuff like the Barraskewda, stuff like the Gengar, which is perfectly fine here, right? Just because I'm forcing you to run. I was max. What? I'm max what? Oh no. I lied. No, I lied. No, I'm a liar. I'm a dirty liar. And they got the defense drop. This is exactly why I wanted Covert Cloak on my Golden Go, right? Heading into this battle, I was thinking, what's it called? Heading into this battle. Yeah, heading into this battle, I was, what's it called? I originally had Covert Cloak on my Golden Go just for this scenario, just because I knew I was going to be switching into the Don Bozo a lot. That could lower my defense with liquidations. and also just in case the Barraskewda came in, I also had it for the what's it called? I also had it for the Appleton, right? Just because I can always come in on the Grav Apple. It would have been incredibly annoying, but Leftovers is also perfectly fine here. No matter. Glad I was able to squeak out a win week 1. Very shout out to our opponent. Played very well for the team they have here, right? No hazard removal is tough when you're going up against Glamora plus Spidops plus Golingo, and yeah, pretty much here, right? They got the joints up for me. Absolutely amazing. I was able to deny their Azelf lead. I guess they were expecting the fake out into knockoff shenanigans here, right? So shout out to them. Good prep on their part for recognizing that. I don't think I would have, TBH. Dondozo was absolutely the right bring with Max Bedef Curse here. Barraskewda was also the right bring here. I was thinking of bringing Breloom instead of the Dragonite, but it did allow me to have a very comfortable switching into TU, right? You saw it doing 24% before and after the multi-scale. Like, dude, come on. He did get double flinch. He did get a critical hit. He did get multiple defense drops. So one critical hit on my part. Hey, man, that's just how it goes here, right? It's tough, but that's just how it goes, and we will take that. That is going to do it for today, guys. Tax Evader evades the law once again. I hope you guys enjoyed. I cannot wait to be coming at you guys with more DLC as the weeks come by. I'm so happy that DLC Draft League as the weeks go by. I am so happy to finally be playing again in Draft League, let alone be recording a video. But like I said, that's going to do it for today, guys. See ya.